All right. Stand for Pledge Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
To the flag.
United States.
To the republic,
Nation under God, indivisible, with liberty.
one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all.
All.
All right. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from January 4th meeting?
John Uhalski, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from January 4th.
Don
Can I hear a
Sossaman,
second? All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Veolia Water reports. Walter?
Okay. All right, plant was in compliance for January. I won't bore you with all the details. I know you all have a copy of it. Say, the only thing I'm asking for is a motion to approve NAP Engineering's quote to replace the influent flow meter.
I'm sorry, Walter, this is Jonathan. Could you speak
Yes.
up? Tell me what the was from again and the amount?
The amount is from it's NAP Engineering quote and 1Q21-014 R1. The amount is $4,370 to replace the influent flow meter. That's for the meter and the installation. Did you hear me okay?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I'd like to get a motion to approve that, if possible.
John Uhalski, I'll make a motion to approve the expenditure.
Don Sossaman,
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Chair votes aye. You got your flow meter.
Thank you. I'll do the R&M limit for 2020. We spent $35,258.42. The budget was $25,000. We were $10,258.46 over. There may be some trailing costs still coming in, so we'll look at this again next month. And for 2021, we spent $3,163.54. So we're $1,000 over the budgeted amount for the month. We had bought some valves for the booster pumps down below. We bought a desiccator for the laboratory. What else did we buy? NAP Engineering did some troubleshooting on the influent flow meter. And we had Williamson come in and do some troubleshooting on the booster pumps. That was most of it, other than some miscellaneous maintenance items. Okay. I'm pretty good if you want to move along. Unless anybody has questions on so far.
Any questions for Walter so far?
no.
No.
Well, good, Walter.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you all set?
Yeah, I'm all set.
Okay. Income report?
Yes, good evening. This is Jonathan Morrow. Your monthly income report is as follows. You took in for January $23,176.56, as I've already submitted. Also, just to keep you in the loop, I submitted to both Ben and the chairman for their discretion if they want to share it, but the accounts that are over $1,000 owing to the Seymour WPCA, the total current amount is over $1 million, just a little bit over $1 million. So needless to say, we have our work cut out for us, but you know, we all knew that. One other note, very small note, but important, I have to look at perhaps if we cannot repair it, we might have to replace it. I'm talking about the engineering printer.
I hate these fucking things, Kev.
And Steve was about the board that is screwed up inside of the printer itself. The computer and scanner are fine, but it's the printer. And I don't think they can just be swapped onto a new printer. It has to be repaired or you get a new one. Anyway, the last quote I had was around $1,600 to fix it.
Oh.
I'm trying to get a firm number on that, and I will get back to you on that for next month. That's it for monthly income. For your financial report, cash balance $440,372.64 with reserve of $1,069,000 $332.04. And that's it for income and financial. Next up would be invoices, Mr. Chairman.
All right. If anybody has any questions about the invoices, if not, we'll get a motion.
Jim, it's Ben. Just, Jonathan, if you're going to get a price on fixing it, you might as well get them a price on replacing it.
Good idea. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any questions on the invoice? So I can get a motion to approve the bills? Pay the bills?
Yeah, this is Don. I'll make a motion, we pay the bills.
This is John. I'll second that motion.
All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Pay the bills. Mr. Ben, you're on.
I'm sorry. Quiet month. Is Melissa on with us tonight?
I believe so.
Hi, Melissa. She and I have traded a couple of emails, and I believe we are live or about to go live with the online payment system, which is, I think, about where we're all I need to talk about tonight, because there hasn't been anything else this past month. But if most of you can give us an update on where we are on that.
Sure. We're not live yet. We should be in the next week or two, I would say, probably 2 weeks, let's say by the end of the month for sure. Chase has set up everything, and they actually initiated the payment to the sewer account. Finance confirmed to me that that payment was received, and now they're in the process of reversing that payment just to make sure that everything works correctly. And I did reach out to Jonathan, tell me am I wrong, Rory in the town about getting the link on the website, and he will also publish it on the Facebook page. But as you all know, most of our marketing and promotion will go, when the bills go out for April 1st. But we are very close and everything looks great.
So question, this is
Sure.
Walter. So it'll be a link on the WPCA website, or the, in the board site, and then also in the town site?
So, right, it'll be on the homepage is the goal and on the WPCA site, both within the
Perfect.
town's website.
Good.
And then we want to do a stuffer in your bills. We'll hopefully get it included in the message as well on the front of the bills if we have enough space for it. I've asked the printer. But I can give you more details next month when we're closer to billing.
Good.
Sounds good. So we
Melissa,
should
this
be
is
all set.
Jonathan Morrow. Melissa, aren't we also waiting on the town to redo their website? There's supposed to be some sort of update to the website, and that's also what
Yes.
we're waiting for?
Rory did mention that. I think we'll put the link up regardless, no matter what. But he did mention, I guess, the town's in a big, I don't know if rehab's the right word. They're going to
Okay.
launch a new website. And we'll provide a button as well. So I need to get with him and get the final details on it. So it might even be better once the town's website is updated.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, there's some corrections that need to be made on the WPCA website.
Oh, okay. I'm happy to at the same time if you want to share them with me. I don't mind since I'm already in contact.
Great.
I don't mind.
Might as well.
Send them email me. I don't mind.
I'll talk to Jim and we'll get a list together and we'll forward it to you.
Sure.
Is that okay?
It's probably good timing with their, relaunch or rehab, I should say, of it.
Exactly.
That's a good idea, Walter, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. If anybody has any questions anytime, even, outside the meeting, feel free to call or email me.
Okay. Thank you, Melissa.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Ben, this is Jim. I have a question for you. Did we get that second payment from Shady Knoll, the Otis? Get that in the works?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. I apologize. I was just going through the list that Walter sent. It looks like we have not. I had reached out to them in January and did not hear back. And Walter's list has just kind of triggered my diary to reach out to them again because they paid us part of it. Then they were going to pay the second part, and then when they got another bill, which is why we're now at over 55,000 with them. And so I am going to reach out to them tomorrow. And I think the Sabre account, I've got to double check on that. Hang on a second. I'm doing that as we speak. I just saw the Sabre account as well. Town clerk's offices never make this easy. I think the town took the Sabre property in a tax sale.
There was something in the works, I remember that.
Yeah, that's what I'm checking on now.
They owed us a significant amount of money?
Yeah.
Yeah, they owed us a boatload of money. But I think the town, if I recall, I think the town took their property. And that's what I want to find out. There's all
I
kinds
didn't
of,
date from the assessor's office,
yeah,
but that's neither here nor there.
yeah. There was a tax lien filed against the town, against them last year in April.
Mm-hmm.
So then there was a release of the tax liens. They may have come up, yeah, there was a tax warrant. Come on. Come on.
So Ben, how would that work if the town took over the property? I would guess they would sell it and get the proceeds to pay all their bills off.
Well, they were supposed to do a tax auction of the property in 2018, which they may have done, but then they redeemed it, is what I'm thinking they did. There were multiple, just looking, there's multiple liens on this property. I don't know who these guys, who Mark Saber is, but he's clearly not paying his bills, which is interesting. He's not paying any of his taxes.
He owed us and town of Seymour taxes.
Oh, he owes us, he owes town of Seymour. He's got judgments up the wazoo from private individuals. That's what I'm looking at now. I mean, the town filed another tax lien in April of 2020, which means they'll probably be filing another one in April of 2021, because it looks like they file them every April. But he was part of an auction in 2018, so I'm not sure where we're at with that one. Yeah, he came in and paid it off and then started getting them again. So we've had this conversation before about whether or not the board wants to institute foreclosure proceedings against any of these entities or any of these people. That's a decision for the board to make. In the past, the board hasn't wanted do foreclosures.
So, Ben, I have a question. You suggested a while back to a lot of these people, which would make sense to refinance now. It's like 2.6%. Would it be possible to send letters out to all the heavy hitters suggesting that? If not, they'll be, you have no choice but to do your legal action on them.
We could, we could send them another letter saying, you owe us this amount of money. If it's not paid within, or a payment plan of substantial. Part of the problem is, I get people, we did this before and had people owed us $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. Said, well, I'll give you $100 a month. And it's like, no, that's not going to work. Well, why not? I can give you $100 a month. They said, well, you owe me $10,000. Do the math.
Well, yeah, would you suggest in a letter saying, refinance at a lot lower rate?
Well, I could say that. I could suggest that to them.
Right now it's 18%. And never get out from under it.
Yep. Yeah. No, I agree. I'm happy to send a letter out to everybody, over some amount of money. You tell me what amount you want, 5,000, 10,000, I'll send it out, and we'll do another letter.
Yeah, I would say around 4,000 or so. What does everybody else think?
How many people owe money total?
How many owe us money?
Yeah, roughly.
I'd have to look at it on the spreadsheet, but it's probably, I don't see I don't have a number here, but it's got to be over 100 or so. And they range anywhere from just over $1,000 to, Shady Knolls is 55,000.
I think we should look at the spreadsheet and see how many fall into that category and make a decision.
The total amount of people that owe is 273 to be exact.
Yep.
And yeah, in the past, just, you know, I don't mean to butt in there, Ben, but I know in the past they've usually started the, you know, your serious heavy hitters, 4,000, 5,000 and up. And, you know, just so you're not frittering away letters on, you know, people that just owe over $1,000 kind of thing, you know?
Yep.
Good point.
Well, I think we should go ahead, Ben, and do 4,000 and up, if you could.
Okay.
And then get a response.
Okay.
You know, tell them that it's a suggestion they refinance at a lower rate. If not, you know.
We have no choice but to.
Yeah, right. You try and work with them, and yeah.
Yep, I'm happy to do that. I'll get
You
those
can
out.
mention the credit card. They can pay by credit
Right.
card. Maybe it'll help some.
Well, their credit card may be more expensive than our 18%. Maybe the only thing in the world that's more expensive than our 18%. But yeah, you know, we can put that in there as soon as the link is available to do that. But I mean, I'll you know, I'll do a letter to them. Everybody over $4,000. This is the amount you owe. We need to get this resolved. If we can't get it resolved within, you know, I give them like 45 days. I've been instructed by the board to commence a foreclosure proceeding.
Right. Yeah, sounds good to me. Everybody in agreement?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
We should kind of look and see if there's like really elderly people on there that.
I can't tell if their age from this. I don't know that Jonathan can either.
Honestly, that's, I would caution you against that, just because, first of all, we don't have them listed by age.
Right.
And because we don't have that information. It's the same reason why we just don't automatically give senior discounts to everyone over 65 unless they come forward to us, because we don't know their age.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Well, sounds like a plan, Ben.
All right. I'll get on it and we'll get them out this week.
All right. Anybody have any questions for Ben?
No.
We're all set? All right. Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
Is Jim Galligan on?
I am.
Okay, you're up, sir.
All right, thank you. Handful of things tonight. First thing I want to talk about is the regional wastewater study being carried out by the regional COG. They had their level 4 workshop the other day, last week. They've narrowed down their options as far as regional options, if you will, from some 9 or 10 down to basically 2. And the 2 are Ansonia and Derby combining, and Ansonia, Derby, and Seymour combining. And there's a clear financial advantage to the Ansonia Derby option. However, there's a marginal, if at all, financial advantage for the Ansonia, Derby, and Seymour option. The biggest advantage that they could see was that you would be eliminating sewer treatment plant discharges and eliminating it down to 1. I anticipate that the regional study corporate group there are going to approach the town to determine whether you want to get involved in the regional plant option or not. You know, with the combination of the 3 towns together, they would also create a single water pollution control authority where you would have representatives from Seymour there, Derby there, and Ansonia there, and they would control and administer all 3 of the towns, all through a single plant The single plant would be located down at the Ansonia site. There would still be some process here in Seymour. The process here in Seymour would be grit and screenings removal before it was pumped down to Ansonia. And it would be similarly in Derby, where they would have screenings and grit removal there before it was pumped to Ansonia, and then treated in Ansonia, and then discharged back to the Housatonic down on the other side of the Derby plant because of the DEP, EPA discharge regulations in the Housatonic are different than they are from the Naugatuck. Like I said, you know, it's as far as I could read, these are my words, not theirs. It's a wash for whether Seymour wants to get involved or not. The price tag for Seymour to get involved in it is around $34 million. Like I said, I expect that you'll be getting some contact from the COG and from the engineering firm looking in the future. Secondly, I did send out today a draft of the capital improvement report that we have completed. That capital improvement report is basically everything that I've been saying for the last, what is this, 4 years. Essentially, you know, all of your processes are old, but we've identified 7 of the major processes that really need to be addressed immediately. The screenings, the grit, secondary clarifiers, some work in the odor control area, and the sludge handling. And we've sent a draft of that cost estimate over to Tony Caserta to see what options there are available for bonding for a total of around $15 million. Just bearing in mind that the goal of that study was to try and find out what was immediately necessary, what we had to do to try and get the plant up and running and current. It certainly isn't a plan that replaces every single thing in the plant. That's what the $34 million option that the Council of Governments did. They basically are saying, redo every single piece of equipment, every pump, every valve, every, you know, blower, every controller, everything at $34 million. We don't see, as you've directed to me in the past, we don't see that the town has that kind of finances available. So what I would ask is everybody look at the improvements report and maybe have some questions and comments for us for the next meeting. I also sent over a proposal to do the sonar testing. We talked about this the last couple of months, sonar testing on the South Main Street sewer area. That's one of the areas that it has older sewers and higher infiltration inflow. In their regional study, the regional engineers there, Black and Beach, identified infiltration as a major contributor to some of the nitrogen issues that we've been having over the last couple of years, and having to pay for nitrogen rather than getting credits for nitrogen. So we want to move ahead and get the sonar testing done so we can reduce some of the repair costs. So those are in front of you tonight. And that's my three-month-old boxer in the background. I'm sure you can appreciate that. And finally, I have been trying to get a hold of this fella over on Nickel Mine about the check valve, but as has been the case in the past, he is not that easy to get a hold of. But we will continue to. Ben gave me his information, and we continue to try and contact him.
Maybe I can try. Jim, I'm thinking, well, maybe I could try reaching him, and if I get him on the phone, conference you in. I've been able to reach him a couple times, so let me try tomorrow, shoot myself an email to remind myself to do that. Maybe if I can get them, I can conference you in.
That'd be fine. And even if it, Ben, if it ends up being on a weekend, just call me and, the thing is that my phone's surgically implanted at this point, so you can get me anytime.
Okie doke.
So I think the only thing on my end is that I'd like to get going on the sonar testing. I did get a window of opportunity for the guys who do the actual physical work, that they can cut us a break if we're doing it early in the spring here. So I'd like to try and get that moving. If the committee felt comfortable with it, a motion would be appreciated.
Jim, this is Jim. I have a question on that testing. Would that be when they're finished we pay, or is that like in installments as they go along?
My guess is that it'll take them about 2 months. So you're probably looking out in like the April, May area before you get invoices.
So they won't look for any money down to start?
No.
No? Okay.
They do this for municipalities all over New England, so.
Okay. Well, I think we should go with this. If everybody's agreeing, I'd like to get a motion to proceed with the sonar testing.
Yeah, this is done. I'll make a motion that we proceed with that.
Okay.
I'll second.
Then Nick?
Yep.
All right. Nick second. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. You proceed with your testing, Mr. Galligan.
All right, thank you all.
Jim, hey, Jim,
Yes,
it's Nick, Jim.
yes, sir.
That $34 million, that was an estimate, or that was, what is that?
Well, that's the engineer's estimate of what it would take to revamp every process and every valve and every single piece and element in the entire treatment plant, and that's the regional planning agency's estimate.
I just want everybody to realize that an engineer's $34 million estimate is probably more like 50.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks a lot. Oh, geez.
Jim, let's be honest.
Yeah, no, except for me, right? Except for me.
Yeah, except for you. But we know how that stuff goes, and
That's right. That's right.
And very difficult to give an estimate for that.
At this stage,
and
there's
a lot more. There's a lot more involved to get that done. And I believe what you think. So, my opinion.
Jim, this is John. Would that include piping it to Ansonia?
The regional alternates for piping it to Ansonia is in the $100 million range. There's several alternates. They're in the $90 to $110 million total project cost. That would include treatment plant work in Ansonia. It would include treatment plant work here, treatment plant work in Derby, pump station construction here, pump station construction in Ansonia, pump station construction in Derby, new treatment processes in Ansonia, new treatment processes here and in Derby. So the regional plan is very grandiose. It's in the $120 million.
And what about a date? Did they include when they would want this online or to start?
Yeah, what they did was they did a 25-year planning period because they figured it would take about 5 years to get everything up and running.
That seems pretty fast.
Yeah, that's their estimate, John, not mine.
That's because they don't do the work.
Yeah.
Easy to estimate.
That's a pretty big project.
My point. Well taken.
So you're all set, Mr. Galligan, then?
Yes, I am, sir. That's it for me.
Any questions for Mr. Jim? No? All right, thanks, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Any new business? No? Okay. And as far as I know, we don't have an executive session scheduled, so can I get a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn. Nick, Jimmy?
John,
Can I get
I'll
a second?
second. John Yahalski.
Okay. All in favor?